Alright, hello guys, I'm Rolando Diaz. This is Speeds 1315 and this is Mariam. Alright, today we're going to pay a little tribute to our parents who do everything and sacrifice mostly everything for us. Have you ever heard the phrase mama's boy or daddy's little princess? Trust me, almost everyone has. What does this mean? Today we are paying a little tribute and recognizing our parents who do everything in their power for their children. Come on guys, let's be honest. Our parents spend hundreds of hours in order to provide the best for our sons and daughters. They do everything in their power to make sure that they provide the best that they can. While in return we give them one day of the year in order to recognize them, which is something that is preposterous. Mostly everyone's success has to do with a parent, whether your parent helped you and pushed you out through school, or if your parent wasn't there and you used it as fuel in order to succeed in life. Either way, parents are involved in a person's success. 3 reasons why parents should be praised is because they push you for success, they drive you for personal greatness, and they sacrifice what is important. One story that I would like to share includes the story of basketball superstar Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry. Kevin Durant, in his Most Valuable Speech award, he described that his mother put him through. He described what his mother put him through, and he says, "She'd wake me up at 5 in the morning, almost every morning. She'd make me run hills. She'd make me do a lot of push-ups, and she would be in every single of my games since I was 7 years old, yelling in the sidelines." Kevin Durant's mother is a real reason why he succeeded. She gave him the push he needed in order for him to succeed in basketball. Next, I will talk about Stephen Curry, whose father was in the National Basketball Association, or NBA. He describes a summer where his father would make him change his shot in order to develop his shot. And he described how he'd spend 8 hours a day and he'd keep shooting the ball until Stephen Curry couldn't shoot any longer. And now he is one of the sharpest shooters, or the sharpest shooter that plays in the game of basketball. Not every single parent is the best parent. We would have to be ignorant to believe so. But even though they're not present in some people's lives, it makes people strive for greatness, to do things that are not possible or would have not been possible. For example, basketball player Dwayne Wade's mother, who was a really bad drug addict after his father left the family, and it got so bad where the Wade family was destroyed, and Dwayne Wade's sister, who was a couple of years older than him, had to leave him with his other family, which belonged to his dad. Even though Wade was with his father, he was missing his mother in his life. Dwayne Wade is currently playing in professional basketball in the NBA, and he says his success is due to his mother, which helped him get fuel for motivation. Next, we have Ray Lewis, who's a future Hall of Fame football player. He describes the struggles where his dad left his family and his mom kept getting beaten up by his boyfriends or people on the street. He mentions all of the times that he had to do push-ups and sit-ups in order to get big enough to protect his mother and his sisters and call himself the man of the house. All of this is driven thanks to his mom and a son's instinct to protect her. Nothing can come close and describe a parent's sacrifice. So I'm not going to stand up here and say I know how it feels, because I don't. But I can tell you remarkable stories of what I've heard. If you remember Kevin Durant's story that I mentioned before, I can begin to describe the sacrifices his mother made for him. He mentions that all the times where he had no place to sleep, and that his mother would let him sleep wherever they had cushion, and his mother would sleep on the floor. Also, he describes his mother, when she had nothing to eat, she made sure that his family got something to eat, or her children got something to eat, while there is nothing else for her to eat. These are truly remarkable stories that changes the perspective of younger generations. It is pretty apparent that parents go through extreme measures in order to provide the best for their families. That is the reason why people go up north and work in the fields and work in the oil rigs to try to give something that they can't afford to their children. Parents sacrifice each and every day to go to extreme measures in order to make their family succeed. There are many things that can't be explained when talking about parenting. It affects families. You can't even be able to describe how it feels to be a parent. But one thing you can blame your success on your parents. Next time you see your parents, go thank them for all they do for you and all they sacrifice for you in order to come up ahead. So make sure they feel the love as much as they love you. Thank you, and this is my audience once again.